Tashi Delek, my name is Tendor. I work with SFT, Students for a Free Tibet, and I offer my greetings to all the Tibetans in Japan and all of our Japanese friends and supporters. You've been supporting us for a long time, and today, right now, 2009 marks the 50th anniversary of the Tibetan freedom movement, the 50th anniversary of the Tibetan uprising in 1959, and it's been a long struggle. It's been a long movement, and of course, it's very tiring. It's sometimes depressing, of course, And when you're in a movement like this, it's a movement to liberate a people. It's a movement to liberate a nation. It's not easy because it doesn't happen overnight, and it takes time to overthrow a tyrannical regime like the Chinese government. But it continues to be very inspiring. It continues to, show us time and again that everything is possible, that Tibet can be free. And after 50 years, I think we are at a stage in our movement where everything is changing. The movement itself is changing. If you look inside Tibet, the way Tibetans are organizing, the way Tibetans are challenging the Chinese government by using nonviolent resistance as their weapon. We have come a really long way, and today Tibetans are sending text messages to each other to organize this No Losar movement, because so many Tibetans were killed in the crackdown last year. This year Tibetans are canceling all the New Year celebrations, and today is actually the Tibetan New Year because I'm recording this on February 25th. So the Chinese government doesn't really know how to deal with this kind of activity, this kind of resistance, because it's not exactly a protest in the street. So the Chinese government is feeling really insecure, and I think in the bigger scheme of things, China is changing. The Chinese empire is feeling very, very threatened, insecure, unsure, and because the Chinese government uses violence to deal with people, because it uses violence to suppress and control people, at this time, when the entire world is looking, when the whole world is on the internet and on the television and in the newspapers, the Chinese government really feels at a loss what to do except to walk around with their hands on the gun, move additional troops from China to Tibet, and at the same time, in spite of all this repression, the hope is still alive, and the Tibetan people today are more hopeful than ever before, and therefore I think your support means a lot to us, because we need the support of the global community. We need the support of the international community at this time when the Chinese government is trying to systematically destroy everything that is Tibetan, everything that is dear to us, everything that reflects Tibetan identity, whether it's culture or religion or language, everything. And the international community is in a way our only hope for justice, and especially in a place like Japan. We all know that Japan is the number one foreign aid donor to China, and it's in a unique position to really help the Tibetan struggle move ahead. So please continue to support us, continue to support the Tibetans and our Japanese activists who are keeping the movement alive in Japan. And we really appreciate all the support you have shown over the last year during China's Torch Relay in Japan, in 2008. And we also appreciate your support now by coming to this event. And I think, times are really changing. We are looking at an era where the Chinese empire is very, very close to its last days. And the Tibetan movement is getting stronger every day, and every new member that joins our movement, every new Japanese supporter that joins our movement, we get stronger by one person, by 100 people, by 1,000 people, and one day we all know that Tibet will be free, and we all want to make sure that Tibet is freed in a non-violent way, because this is what we believe in, this is our principle, and this is the principle of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So once again, I want to say We appreciate your support, and please, stick around for a few more years, because we definitely know that Tibet will be free. And in the coming days, we will be coming out with new campaigns that will take our movement, deeper and into more concrete ground in terms of bringing down the dictatorship in Beijing and freeing Tibet. So thank you very much. Arigato, Pyoranzen.